Because you have your beret on.
It's hair day.
Well, listen, it's also trending topics day, and this is what people are talking about online. This is interesting. Did you see that we have an all-new record?
For who?
For Mariah Carey.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Santa is bringing Mariah Carey another record for her record. If her wish is for that song to be the longest-running #1 in Billboard history, she's got it.
Really?
Today marked its 20th week at the top of the Hot 100, and that streak is likely to grow. The song was first released in 1994, but started charting relatively recently in 2019.
I'm gonna say it's because when I was growing up, like this song, it was popular, but like it wasn't like crazed how it is now. Like I feel like recently within like the last, like you said, couple years when it started charting is when people really started going all out with Mariah Carey's song.
For sure.
Shout out to her.
What else do we have, Tammy?
This Powerball jackpot, no one has won it yet. It continues to surge after no big winner in last night's drawings. The numbers were 23, 35, 59, 63, 68 with a Powerball of 2. Tomorrow's night jackpot now sits at an estimated $1.25 billion with a cash value of more than $570 million, giving players another chance to dream big this holiday season. It is literally the second largest Powerball prize this year, behind the $1.7 billion won on September 6th. That is crazy. Somebody, the Lord bless me with the right numbers to win this, please.
You know who needs that money?
Oh, you so messy.
What? It's true. iRobot, the maker of robot vacuum, you know, the Roomba?
Yes, I want one.
They just filed for bankruptcy.
I mean, I understand. Those things are not cheap. They're like $100, $200.
I think even more than that. Control of the company is expected to be taken over by its Chinese supplier. The Roomba was born in 2002, quickly became a household name, and I just find it amazing that
they're going bankrupt?
Yeah, because it's such a well-known thing.
I don't find it amazing because I genuinely want one, and it is so expensive, which is why I have not bought one yet. Like, I don't know.
Well, if
I
they're
will
doing
give them my money
an inventory sale.
Let me get one.
Okay, so I have some fun facts
Oh,
for
here
you.
Chris goes with his fun facts.
This is about Powerball.
Okay.
So there are 3 states that have produced the most Powerball winners more than any other state. Can you name one?
Is Pennsylvania one?
It is not.
Just Ohio?
It is not.
I'm going to go big state, New York.
It is not.
California.
It is not.
Texas?
It is not.
Is it a random state that no one, no offense, cares about, like North Dakota?
It is not.
Where?
I care about North Dakota.
Give me a hint. Like a first letter. I'm going to get Florida.
It is not.
Louisiana?
It is not.
Am I even close? Give me a region.
Just keep naming states.
I don't know that. I'm not great at it.
You don't know the song?
No, I don't. DC's not a state. Washington.
It is not.
Vermont.
It is not.
Michigan.
It is not, but that's your closest guess.
Oh, so it's got to be somewhere, but I don't know what's over
well,
there.
the MI is your, that's why
I
you're
almost
close.
said Miami.
Minnesota, Missouri, and Indiana. Indiana is the one that has the most.
So what they doing over there?
I don't know, but do you know that state?
I do.
Okay.
I do. And I'm so mad because I went from Ohio to Illinois and I missed the one in the middle.
That's okay. Well, listen, we don't want you to miss anything. That's why we want you to get your chance at $1,500 in groceries with our 12 days of streaming sweepstakes. You can enter right now on the 2022 Now app.
So easy. Just launch the app and scan the QR code and you are entered to win $1,500 in groceries from SureSave and more. So make sure you guys are downloading the app and scanning to win.
More with the show when we return.
This season, Meals on Wheels of the Wyoming Valley has joined 2 campaigns to support the growing need to support seniors facing hunger and loneliness right here in our community. Gary and Luann are here to show us how their mission is touching even more lives across our community. Guys, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Gary, the Share the Love, people know it. It's a tried and true. Remind us what it is.
Sure. We Meals on Wheels of Wyoming Valley are one of 5,000 members of Meals on Wheels America. Meals on Wheels America is the one that's really been forwarding this for us over the last many years. Matter of fact, Share the Love has raised over $330 million in the first 17 years for charities similar to Meals on Wheels. As a member of Meals on Wheels America, we've been involved now in the second year for this campaign. The way it works is if you go and buy a Subaru, really between November 20th and January 2nd, you can choose one of 5 charities, and we hope you choose Meals on Wheels, and they will donate $325 to that charity.
Is this year's campaign any different from last year's?
The amount hasn't changed a little bit, but an increase from $300 to $325.
Oh, nice.
Actually, I've heard some of the dealerships maybe $350, but yeah, that's the increase that we're talking about.
Oh, that's awesome. It's such a beautiful thing that we can do that is literally no cost to us when we're buying that vehicle.
Exactly. If you need a vehicle, Subaru, as we know, is a very good vehicle, and you can help a charity by doing that as well. So.
And you guys are also a part of Silent Night. Tell us about this campaign.
Well, right now out in our community, there's a very rapidly growing population of seniors who are struggling with isolation, hunger, not to mention other health issues.
Yeah.
And Meals on Wheels of America has launched a 2-year-long campaign called Silent Night, which we are participating in. It's called Silent Night because these seniors are dealing with silent nights that turn into weeks, months, and sometimes years. And then the holidays intensifies the feeling of loneliness as well as hunger. And so the thrust of this campaign is to try to educate communities like ours as to just how many people are out there that need help.
So we see on our screen right now, this is kind of our call to action in addition to the campaigns. In terms of volunteering, is that what volunteering looks like for Meals on Wheels Wyoming Valley? The drivers, that's what you need?
We sure do. We always need more drivers. That's just the name of the game, volunteers. And I think any nonprofit's always seeking more volunteers. We're doing something a little bit different now. We're teaming up. If someone calls in and would like to volunteer, we team up, make sure that they can go and drive with someone who's an experienced driver. Because I think some people are hesitant, they don't want to go out on their own. We're not going to put you out on your own. We're going to make sure you have someone you can drive with them for once or 5 times until you feel comfortable.
Oh, wow.
And is that daily that you're going out?
No, most of our drivers drive 1 day a week. Monday through Friday, we don't do weekends, as you know. So we would ask that volunteer if they want to try once or 5 times until they feel comfortable. Then we said, okay, you're on your own, or you can go out and have a runner with you as well, and if that makes you feel more comfortable.
Luann, what is the biggest positive for you in your personal life being part of Meals on Wheels?
I think that it's reaching these people that are at home and alone and, struggling, and that our volunteers are coming 5 days a week, and they're being greeted with a smile, meals, and plus the family gets to know that their loved one is safe. And they just, it makes me feel good knowing, because there are so many elderly and shut-in people in our community.
So Meals on Wheels, you can go right now on Facebook of Wyoming Valley. All the information for the Share the Love Silent Night and how the volunteer opportunities are also there, sir. Gary and Luann, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you so much.
Thanks very much for the opportunity.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Same to you.
Happy
You all
holidays.
stick around at home more with the show when we return.
Hyundai.
U.S. companies are investing hundreds of billions of dollars in AI infrastructure, and a new report shows that governors who act quickly can capture the next major engine of economic growth. Let's learn more in this paid piece from the Progressive Policy Institute. Joining us today, we have Dr. Michael Mandel from Progressive Policy Institute and former U.S. Energy Secretary and former Governor of Michigan, Jennifer Granholm. Guys, thank you both so much for coming here today to discuss what this AI boom means for America's future and how states can position themselves to benefit.
Yeah, thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
Dr. Mandel, I'll begin with you. Can you start kind of by explaining what the current surge of AI investment really looks like and how it's affecting, individual states?
Right now, it's an enormous surge of construction of data centers across the country and in states like Pennsylvania. The data centers are creating jobs, and they're setting the stage for increases in tax revenues. Okay, looking forward, what we're going to see is that AI is going to transform industries like healthcare, construction, manufacturing, mining, a lot of the industries that Pennsylvania depends on.
And I know you recently outlined kind of your call to the governor's AI innovation toolbox, some of which are being underutilized. So what are the key tools governors should be using right now?
I outlined 5 tools. One is tax incentives for data centers, partnerships with universities to sort of create state-specific growth possibilities, training workers in AI-related skills, transforming the energy grid, and state extension programs to help small businesses learn about AI.
Now, Secretary Granholm, I know with your experience as a former governor, you probably have a lot of insight that you can share to today's governors about how to kind of get, we say, ahead of this AI boom. I mean, we see like inundated with AI, but even more of the surgence of it. So what would you say to them?
Honestly, being the governor, having been the governor of a Midwestern state, I'd be all in on being the AI state because obviously you've got the jobs, you've got the reputation about being a future-facing state, you've got the ability to keep young people in the state thinking that they may have an opportunity, you've got the increase in the tax base associated with the investment from these AI companies. But there's one thing, that's my governor hat. My energy secretary hat, I have to say, I know there's a lot of pushback from communities who are worried about these data centers coming into their communities because they use an awful lot of power. And here's what I'd say, and this is what I'd say to governors too. You should adopt legislation that says if a data center comes into our state, they've got to bring their own power. They have to add power, not use the existing power on the grid, which might cause rates to go up. If they bring their own power, and if they pay fairly for the amount of money that it takes to connect them to the grid, the investment in transmission and distribution and infrastructure, and if they agree to dial back their energy use when the grid is at maximum capacity on those few days of the year when everybody's using their air conditioning or everybody's got their heating on, if those 3 conditions are met, data centers can actually reduce rates on the part of customers. For every large load user, you can reduce rates by 1 to 2% because of their contribution to paying for the grid infrastructure. So bottom line is, both on the economic development side and on the energy side, there are win-wins for these data centers to come to one's town.
Yeah, progressivepolicy.org to continue this conversation. You're speaking to all of us here, especially with all the air conditioning we use here in the summers in Pennsylvania. So we appreciate you both joining us today.
Thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
And thanks again to the Progressive Policy Institute for sponsoring that segment.
Get ready to glide into excitement with Disney on Ice presents Jump In Sweepstakes. You and your family could score a 4-pack of opening night tickets at the Mohegan Arena at KC Plaza. Don't miss your chance to make unforgettable memories with the characters that you love. All you have to do, enter today at tweetnews.com. We'll be right back with more PA Live after this.
on the app.
Get ready for Sports Night, where Nick, Elena, and Ricky bring energy, insight, and personality to every play. From local highlights to national headlines, they deliver the perfect mix of stories, analysis, exclusive interviews with athletes, coaches, and even special guests. It's the only sponsored live show on CTV. Sports Night isn't just about scores, it's about passion, perspective, and the people who make sports unforgettable. Nick, Elena, and Ricky join us now with more. Crew, thanks for joining us.
We appreciate it.
having us.
We appreciate
I
it.
feel like I'm sitting next to the jocks. We were at high school, but I could fit in with y'all because I was a cheerleader.
There you
so
go.
I'm at that table as well. So tell me a little bit about this sports show. What's going on?
It's a lot of fun because there's not really any rules or regulations. It's more we get in front of the mic and talk sports for an hour, and I think that's the fun part because every night at 6 or 11, whether it's myself or Elena, we've got 3-4 minutes to quickly bang through what are the sports topics for the night. But now it's an hour where we can really dive deep into the biggest headlines, not only in NEPA in Pennsylvania, but also nationally. So it gives us an opportunity to really expand on what's bopping in the sports world.
Yeah, for sure. Now, Elena, I'm going to ask you, I think so often just the stereotype people have in their mind is, oh, it's a sports show, it must be male dominated. So what do you think having that female energy brings into the mix, and maybe why it is kind of like becoming commonplace?
Yeah, I think it's important because, like you said, it's such a male-dominated industry, and a lot of times you just get those male perspectives, but females, I feel like obviously they're more emotional, they get the emotional side of athletes and all that kind of stuff, so asking those deeper questions, but also just, maybe focusing on more female-oriented sports too is, important, so I'm looking at the screen.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're seeing some of the guests that you guys have had on your show. Talk to us about the people that you invite to come on.
Yeah, that's been, I guess, sort of my role that I've taken upon. So I'm reaching out really early in the week, typically probably around Monday, Tuesday, to try and get people on, whether it's journalists, whether it's coaches, whether it's players, but typically for football, trying to get journalists and people that have covered the team closely who provide that extra analysis. And then as for like local area coaches, we're always trying to highlight our local teams, especially the ones that are succeeding and we think have a chance to go deep in the playoffs and have success, not only in high school but throughout college as well.
Now, Ricky, if someone is watching right now and thinking, who is that sitting next to Elena and Nick? It is because we don't normally see you on our screens, right?
Yes, that is very true. You might see me on the Christmas holiday song that we do each year, but I'm typically on the assignment desk for the most part. So this is probably we record Monday to Thursday, so this is probably the 4 hours during the week that I really get to talk about sports, something that I really enjoy doing, and getting it with two of my friends here that we get to do 4 hours each week and just give our side of things and talk, have a little fun. As Nick said, expand that 3 to 4 minutes that they have in the newscast to an hour each week.
And it's not just football, right? We're covering all sports.
Yes.
Last night, for example, it's a perfect example with everything that was happening, the NBA scandal with the gambling and the poker games that were happening. We talked about for a good, 45 minutes, just what happened and dove into, analyzed it a little bit. And I think that's the fun part about this show is there's no restrictions. It's a little more laid back, and we can just have a conversation like we're talking even off the air. Just in the newsroom. Yeah.
Everyone's favorite sport.
Football.
Basketball.
Whoa! I see the football and basketball prominently on that poster on our screen. Guys, thanks again for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you again.
There's a staggering health gap facing autistic adults, fewer fitness options, more preventable illnesses, and a shorter life expectancy by up to 17 years. Autism Speaks is working to change that. Tanner Smith, known to millions from Love on the Spectrum, joins us now with his mom, fitness advocate Nikki Smith, to introduce Autism Fit, a new free series designed by autistic adults. Yeah.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having us.
Oh my goodness. Tanner, I just have to tell you, when people here at work knew that I was going to be talking to you and your mom today, they were freaking out. So we are so happy to have you both on the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We are thrilled to be here.
So you're both unveiling this new health and wellness series for autistic adults. What is Autism Fit?
Well, Autism Fit is an exercise program that was developed by Autism Speaks just to fill that gap that you were speaking about in the introduction. It's created by two wonderful autistic adults, namely Tanner and Eva, for other autistic adults, so they can work out in their home or wherever feels comfortable for them and don't have to be necessarily going to a traditional gym, which can be way too loud, too bright, too confusing, and we wanted something better for your take on Autism Fit.
Okay, all right. Autism Fit helps autistic people exercise, feel strong. Everyone should have a place to work out that works for them.
Everybody should, right?
Yes,
Yeah, and everyone should, and that's why it's so amazing that, you know, Autism Fit now is kind of bridging this gap for a lot of people.
Yes.
It really seems like this is the time that we kind of need a program like this.
It really is, because there's just, you know, such a rise, obviously, in the cases of autism in our country. And then there is that really large gap once people leave the school setting and no longer have access to physical education or any kind of directed fitness support. And then you end up oftentimes with a sedentary lifestyle, which can then lead to obesity and a lot of preventable health issues. So that's why Autism Fit was created. We wanted something with clear demonstration, sensory-friendly pacing, very simple instructions, and built-in modifications just to take away a lot of those barriers.
Yeah, and I know, Tanner, for us, we know you from, of course, Love on the Spectrum as this big television star. We always see you on the red carpets, on TikTok. But now people are going to know you as Superman. So do you have any...
Whoa.
Do you have any favorite movements from Autism Fit?
What were your three favorite exercises?
Wait, when we did
That you did with Eva. What were your three favorite?
When we did the one where you get down on your legs and do this with your legs,
The donkey kick?
The donkey kicks, yeah.
What else?
And the one where you do with your legs, like hold them out,
The hamstring stretch?
And these are with
Your
the arms
tricep
and triceps.
stretches. Okay.
Oh, I love that. Now, if someone is at home right now thinking, wow, this is going to be great for someone in my life or someone that I know, how do they go about being a part of the Autism Fit family?
Well, what's the beautiful thing is that it's free and it's online, and you can find it at autismspeaks.org. And I would tell people, just start, just watch it. It's wonderful because you can preview it and then just get up and move when you feel ready. There's really no perfect pace to do it. It's intended to meet people where they are and give everyone the option to go at their own pace and start when they're ready from the comfort of their home.
I love that.
Tanner, what would you tell people?
All right, try it. You don't have to do it like anyone else. Everyone can move it their own way, and I'm really proud to be a part of this. We're both strong. I don't want to say any one of us are stronger. That would be a nice mistake.
You're very kind. Maybe we're strong in different ways. How about that?
Different ways, yeah.
How about that?
Oh, I love that. Thank you both so much for joining us
Thank
today.
you.
Well, my friend told me that I'm as strong as the devil.
Oh my goodness.
But we don't want to say we're strong as strong as God, because God is very powerful.
Right.
Nobody's as strong as God.
No, but you're going to make a lot of people very strong with autism.
Yeah.
Keep up the amazing work.
We will. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Ken Pollock Auto Group offers great vehicles and now provides convenient in-house services including paintless dent removal, upholstery repair, and windshield replacement. Let's learn more in this paid piece. Today, we are at Ken Pollock Auto Group with Ken Pollock Jr. talking about the reasons why we all love our vehicles. We want them to look perfect. We want them to perform perfectly. And sometimes stuff happens that makes them not so attractive to us. Sometimes we get a dent. Sometimes we get a cracked windshield. What happens when that occurs when we call you?
Yeah, absolutely. So not a lot of dealerships in the area have this, but we're kind of tip to tail with all those solutions right here in-house. So if it's a windshield chip, windshield replacements needed, interior repair, you have a rip or something that went wrong in your interior, or any paintless dent removal from shopping cart dings, anything like that that happen all the time, we can take care of all that for you at any of our locations.
What's a paintless dent removal?
Yeah, so just like we talked about, if you get hit with a shopping cart or a smaller item and the dent is small enough that we can pull it out for you, it doesn't need to go to the body shop at that point. So it's very advantageous for most customers. A lot of people, unfortunately, kind of suffer with dings and dents throughout their life in the vehicle because they don't know there's a solution to pull them out. But we can kind of address all that stuff for you and get the vehicle back to looking brand new.
Yeah, and I mean, even for me, I know I just recently had a chip in my windshield, and I called the folks at Ken Pollock, and they said, Chris, it's something that you shouldn't sit on. Why is that?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've all been in that unfortunate situation when a rock comes off a truck or something like that, and you see it hit the windshield, and you get that little crack in there. Before it spiders out and becomes a big crack, you definitely want to look and see if it's possible to get it filled, because then it won't spread, and it saves your windshield from being replaced at that point.
And also, too, you know, talked about the interior. If you get a rip in the upholstery or something, people are probably embarrassed thinking, I can't believe I'm calling Ken and saying, hey, I cut my seat while I was doing this or that. But that's a swift process as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We can take care of most all interior ailments for you. It's very important also on lease vehicles. If you do have a lease and you have something like that happen, before turning it in, come see us because it's going to be a lot cheaper than turning it in and getting the bill from the manufacturer at the end of the day.
Absolutely. And also, this is all in addition to all of the services that Ken Pollock offers and also all of the vehicles that all of their locations offer. So if you wanted to learn about any of those, you can find them online and on social media. Give them a call and get any of your questions answered. Ken, thanks again for having us.
Thanks, Chris. Always a pleasure.
Thanks again to Ken Pollock Auto Group for sponsoring that segment. Now, time is running out. Remarkable Women nominations close at the end of this week, and this is your last chance to recognize an incredible woman in your life. Submit your nomination now at 2822news.com/contests. Remember, one remarkable woman will be chosen to represent our area in Nashville for the national celebration. Don't wait. Shine a spotlight on someone extraordinary before it's too late. And speaking of extraordinary.
Oh, wow.
Make our way to the kitchen.
We love kitchen segment. I love eating. So we are making, I just forgot for a second, cranberry goat cheese crostini. So when sweet tart cranberries meet creamy, tangy goat cheese, it sets the tone for this holiday season. Everyone is going to want to be eating these when you make these at your next holiday party. It's the easiest appetizer, I would say, to make. I think it's literally 2 ingredients, maybe 3.
Okay.
If you want to add a little bit of sweetness, some more sweetness, but if not, it's literally just 2 ingredients. I'm putting Chris to work today because I feel like Chris always putting me to work. So I'm making Chris do.
What do I do?
So what you gotta do is
let me roll up my
slice
sleeves,
your
make
French.
it look more official. I'll just roll up one.
So you're gonna slice your French baguette into like 1.5-inch slices, like the ones that we got here displayed.
On an angle, straight?
You can do whichever you prefer. You're getting real spicy over there with it. Okay,
well, you know, I have much practice slicing bread because when I go to the restaurants that they put the bread on the table, you know, sometimes they bring you a loaf.
They make you slice it. They make Chris slice it. So that
Longhorn does that.
Who does? Oh, yes, because they bring that. You ever been to, what's that one restaurant that they said not to take a woman to? Cheesecake Factory. You ever been there?
Why?
Because you never seen that video? It was a viral TikTok.
Wait, let's talk once we put these in. I feel like I'm derailing you.
So, because now I'm like, now let's focus on that video. So then you're going to toast those for a little bit, for maybe like 2-ish minutes, and then after.
I've never used an air fryer before.
What?
No, I don't have one. I've never actually even touched one.
Lies.
Yeah. So I just
I
put
feel
it
like
in.
air fryers are like Nobel Peace
Do I
Prize
have to
worthy.
put some-
So then you just twist it the dial a little bit.
to
There
like
you go.
3 minutes, 4 minutes.
Yeah, and then they'll toast, and then when they come out, you slice your cranberry goat cheese. This is goat cheese from Aldi's, $3. This is an easy, cheap, inexpensive meal to make. Listen, the holidays be expensive, so this is the one specifically that we have here, and then this is what it looks like inside. It has the goat cheese and then the cranberries on the outside. It looks disgusting, but I promise you, it's so good. I had a wedding, and that's how I found these, and I stole their appetizer recipe. But let me tell you why they said you shouldn't take the people to the Cheesecake Factory. So this girl went viral.
Oh,
on
honey is
TikTok.
the optional
Yes, to drizzle
ingredient.
on top. So they said you shouldn't take a woman to Cheesecake Factory on TikTok. She went viral because somebody took her there, and she got all did up, and she refused to go in the restaurant. So he ended up taking her home.
And why?
Because she went to Cheesecake Factory, he took her to Cheesecake Factory for their very first date.
That's a beautiful place to take someone on a date.
Everybody went up in arms.
Cheesecake Factory is
half
not
of the people were agreeing
cheap.
with her, and half of the people were agreeing, and then the other half was like, nah, you tripping. So then they had this whole list of places that you shouldn't take people for a first date. I can't believe you never heard of this. This was everywhere.
So what is your take on it?
I don't like the Cheesecake Factory. I don't like their food. No disrespect. I personally don't like the food there. Everything I've gotten there has not been up to par.
If a guy invited you on a date tonight,
And we going to Cheesecake?
would you say yes?
To the Cheesecake?
Yeah.
Well, no, because it's hair day.
That's a lie. You're always talking about
hair
finding
day.
a man. You are always talking about that.
It's hair day.
You would
Tomorrow.
cancel your hair appointment.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
We'll make these in the commercial break. You stick around. More of the show when we return.
Ah, the Christmas tree, one of the oldest signs of the holiday season. But no one decorates quite like a group of people from a small town in Connecticut.
Welcome to the Stonington Lobster Trap Tree. What you're looking at is 460 traps that were purchased brand new to create this beautiful exhibit.
Which is decorated with 178 buoys, not exactly a traditional Christmas tree ornament. Each one, weighing about 30 pounds, is hand-painted by talented artists from across the state.
This one here is in honor of Ruth, a famous actress who's from Stonington, Connecticut.
Located not far from the Stonington Harbor, the tree's maritime theme means a great deal to the locals.
We have Connecticut's last commercial fishing village. We have the perfect reason to celebrate our community.
This is the 5th year for the lobster trap tree to stand as the town's main attraction.
Another interesting fact is no machinery is used whatsoever in the building of this tree. It is 100% done by hand.
Susan Scala is a local artist who was there on day one, lending her talents to the project.
And all of a sudden, everybody wanted to be in it, and everybody wanted to be part of those buoys. And now we've got this explosion of art and creativity. It draws people, and it helps small businesses, and it's helping my village.
And people start lining up nightly at 4:15, anxious to see the tree come to life at 4:30. Caroling and jazz ensembles are also part of the holiday magic. Stonington, a great place to find unique holiday cheer when cruising Connecticut.
Hyundai.
The following segment has been sponsored by Plexiderm. Moms have always preached the importance of sunscreen and moisturizing, and even with the best care, wrinkles and under eye bags still seem to find us. Well, that's because as we age, our skin loses moisture naturally and elasticity, so that leads to those visible signs of aging. The exciting news is that there is a temporary, non-invasive solution that can help you look years younger in just minutes. It's called Plexiderm. And Melinda McKenzie is here with more. Melinda, it's so great to have you on our show today.
Oh, thank you, Chris. It's so nice to see you as well.
You know, I have been saying for the last few years, while I've learned more and more about Plexiderm, when I see these videos on social media, I say to myself, I know this is real, but like they don't seem, it doesn't seem real. But I mean, after learning the science behind Plexiderm, you really do become totally impressed about this product that's available to everyone.
Yes, thank you for saying that. You know, I've been talking about Plexiderm for over 8 years, and I'm still astounded by the photos and videos. You know, we still have people come in on a regular basis and try Plexiderm, and basically how it works is they take the silicates from the clay rock, which I have right here, and what it does is this serum creates a nice, beautiful, invisible shield. And as someone who, I'm proudly 64 years old, 6'4", and I use it every single day because I just want to smooth out those lines and creases, but I also want to look natural, and that's what you're seeing in the photos and videos.
And I think one of the big things for folks too is, well, one, no one ever has time for anything. So 10 minutes is like a shoo-in, no questions asked or answered, but no doctor visits too, because it's topical.
Yes, you know, with Plexiderm, we want you to be in charge of your skin. So let's say you do go to a doctor's office and you get injections and fillers. I'm not opposed to them. I don't have them yet, but let's say you do it, but then you eat wrong or you sleep wrong and you wake up and you have the puffiness. What are you going to do? Well, like we said, with Plexiderm, you're going to put it on any of those areas, let it rest for just 10 minutes. You have up to 10 hours of usage. And the really cool thing is you wash it off at the end of the day. It's not going to change your skincare routine. We just want you to be in charge of how you feel the freshness of your skin looks for the day.
So in terms of that 10-minute challenge, what does that mean? Like after one application, we may see that visible change already?
Yeah, so Plexiderm is simply a boost, right? So I know some products you buy and like in 6 weeks, you're going to look better, or 8 weeks, you're going to look better. This is a boost, kind of like putting hairspray in your hair or putting on cosmetics. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to look at your skin and go, you know what, I would like to smooth this out. You put a little bit of Plexiderm on, let it rest for 10 minutes. It's going to smooth that out immediately within 10 minutes. And like I said, you wash it off at the end of the day, but it is like cosmetics or hairspray. So if you're going to go swimming or go work out, take your pictures before.
Absolutely. And if the folks that are watching right now want their chance to take that Plexiderm 10-minute challenge, they can try Plexiderm for just $14.95. Plus, shipping is free by visiting plexidermtrial.com or by calling 1-800-926-0717. It's a win-win. Melinda, thank you so much for joining us, and I will say it till the cows come home. I never believe you when you say that you are 6'4".
It's always a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thanks again, Melinda, and thanks again to Plexiderm for sponsoring that segment.
Bringing people together through travel. Let's learn more in this sponsored segment from Travel World. Whether it's your first time in Italy or you're a seasoned traveler looking for new adventures, Travel World's Matt and our very own 2822 News, Tom Williams, join me now with a trip of a lifetime. Hi, guys.
Hi, Timothy. Good to see you again.
So, Matt, give me some details of this upcoming amazing trip.
So, northern Italy we're heading to. We're going to be seeing Lake Como, Lake Maggiore, Lake Lugano, and we're going to have a little taste of Switzerland in the mix.
So it's a lot.
Yeah.
So what are we going to be doing while we're there?
Yeah, so we will be taking boat rides on Lake Como, on Lake Maggiore. We will be taking a train through the Italian Alps to Switzerland, from Italy into Switzerland through the Alps, which is one of the most scenic train rides imaginable. And then we're staying at a hotel called Hotel Regina Palace. And it's a beautiful hotel right on the water. When you walk out of the door, you cross the street, and the Lake Maggiore is right there. beautiful strip to walk around, and not to mention the hotel indoor pool,
Wow.
jacuzzi, sauna. It's a beautiful
On top
place
of
to
the
be.
beautiful lakes that are outside there. Tom, I know you're stoked for this opportunity. Tell me why I should come on this one.
I am so excited to team up with Travel World to head to Italy. I actually went with Travel World to Italy back in 2017 took my whole family on a fabulous trip. So who wouldn't want to go to Italy? You know what? And if you go, we'll just have a great time. We'll see all the lakes. We'll go to Lake Como and hopefully see some of the movie stars that are on Lake Como.
George Clooney,
George
perhaps?
Clooney has a house there. Maybe we'll see him walking around the streets of Como.
Perhaps we might.
And you guys make it so easy on this trip. Like, I just have to book my ticket and show up and have fun. Like, I don't have to do any of the planning, right?
You just have to take a look at the itinerary, see if it's something you'd like to do, and call us, and it's done. I mean, we have transportation to the airport. We have airline tickets included. We have a tour manager, English speaking while you're there. So everything's covered for you. Just book the trip.
Yeah, so you guys are known for the local trips that you guys plan out there. How do you guys decide where you're going on these trips?
Oh, so it's kind of a personal preference.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm biased to Italy a little bit, but no, we have Italy, Ireland, all over. So it's one of those things where, you know, a lot of people, what they like and, you know, what the community likes, and we've noticed a lot of people are interested in exploring Italy, and there's so much to see and do over there. I mean, from the northern lakes to Venice, Florence, Rome, the Amalfi Coast, Sicily, there's so much to do, so much to see, so we decided to pick the northern lakes for this trip, and I think it's going to be a win.
So, Tom, how do I book my spot? Because you sold me and I'm ready to go right now.
Matt's the guy that has all that information. But I got to say that there's so many Italian people in our area, all across northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is the trip for them. If you want to see Italy at pay one price, as Matt said, get on the bus, see everything. This is the trip to do it, and you get to join me and my wife. It'll be a fantastic time.
Yeah, we're excited. So if you are interested, call Travel World today or visit AskTravelWorld.com. All the information's there about the trip, and you can take a look and give us a call.
So get our passports ready.
Yes, get our passports. Make sure they're valid.
Thank you guys for coming in today.
Thank you.
And thanks again to Travel World for sponsoring this segment.
Before we wrap up today's show, let's thank Progressive Policy Institute, Travel World, Ken Pollock Auto Group, and Plexiderm for sponsoring it. Fun stuff to talk about, including a giant elf.
That is crazy.
Elf on the Shelf in Arizona, spreading holiday magic once again. The giant elf is on the Spire, and it's returned to Scottsdale. For several seasons, the 40-foot tall elf has climbed the Spire, and he is about 125 feet tall.
That is crazy.
It looks so cool.
It looks very cool, but like, say I'm not from the area and I'm just driving by, I'm like, what is Elf doing up there? That is fun.
Okay, well, did you get your mama a Christmas present yet?
No.
You want to get the ostrich?
What is this?
It's the ostrich pillow, of course. It's for someone who loves traveling, which your mom loves to travel. They say that it's great for a number of different scenarios, from long-haul flights to just daily commuting. It just slips on over your head, and then you basically, can take a nap at your desk.
It's called the ostrich.
Ostrich pillow.
But that doesn't look like an ostrich. It looks like a squid. Like the top half of a squid with the eyes on.
Okay, that's valid.
You see what I'm saying? Like, that's, so they definitely need, but like, I'm not wearing this on a plane. No.
Okay.
No, I can't do it.
So
that can't be comfortable.
If you're not going to get your mom a Christmas ostrich pillow,
what should I get her?
Are you going to give her a greeting card?
No, but my mom sends holiday cards out. And I think she sent me one, but because I don't know if I'm on that list, because last year I opened it like the day before, and she's like, I'm not sending you any more cards.
Mama Blackwell, you can send one to me and I will open it the minute I receive it. But how many Christmas cards are sent each year in the United States alone?
Ooh.
Just in the United States, how many?
I'm going to say like 5 billion. Am I close?
3 billion.
Oh.
That is, she saw it.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you're reading it through the paper.
I never know what's going to pop up on these papers when he bring these out.
And they're all recycled.
I got to be on my A game.
It is. 3 billion, and now we'll go to first at 4.
'28-22 News starts with breaking news.
We begin with breaking news, a deadly fire in Luzerne County. Hello, I'm Julie Dunphy. Firefighters were called to a house fire in DuPont just after 11 o'clock this morning. Smoke and flames were visible coming from the roof of a home on the 400 block of McLean Street. As crews arrived on scene, the coroner says one person was killed in the flames. Roads are now reopened in the area. Meanwhile, the fire remains under investigation. A bizarre crash happened outside the 28-22 News studio this afternoon. Let's take a look at the video. This car landed on its side just outside our doors on South Franklin Street in Wilkes-Barre. People ran to the scene to find one man inside the vehicle. He was able to speak with those outside of the vehicle. One man assisted Wilkes-Barre City Police in cutting out the windshield to free the man. There's no word yet on his condition or what caused the crash. A man is charged with stealing over $100,000 from several ATMs in Central PA. State police say a North Carolina man is charged with robbing 4 Central Penn Bank and Trust ATMs in Snyder and Union counties. The 3 occurred September 30th when a total of $43,000 was stolen. The 4th occurred on October 1st when police say the 42-year-old took $58,000. He's currently in custody in Missouri, awaiting extradition back to Pennsylvania. A homeless man is facing charges for abuse of a corpse in Williamsport. Lycoming Regional Police say 34-year-old Douglas Goodwin was inside the home of 66-year-old Deborah Hiller with her decomposing body back in September. Officers were called to the home on Catherine Drive to conduct a welfare check after Hiller had not been seen for a week by her caseworker. Goodwin denied knowing she was dead, but said she had medical issues. Scranton residents are reacting after a recent city council meeting. Earlier this month, council voted 3-2 to allow Geisinger to expand its footprint around Mulberry Street. 28-22's Connor Core joins us live from outside Geisinger Community Medical Center with what residents are saying. Hi, Connor.
Yeah, well, good afternoon. Residents fought to stop the expansion of Geisinger all the way back in 2023, and many thought that was going to be the end of it. But after the rezoning was introduced, discussed, and barely passed with that 3-2 vote, like you said, residents are feeling disappointed at the result. Now, City Council is made up of 5 members serving around 77,000 people in Scranton. When the calendar flips to the new year, only one of those council members will return. Tom Schuster, who voted against the rezoning, will be returning in 2026. Residents who live in the area tell me they are feeling powerless after the rezoning was approved last week. One man tells me he and his wife have lived in their house for over a decade next to the community medical center. With Geisinger looking to build right behind their house, it is making the two of them consider moving out of the area.
It's a really lovely place. We have a nice back porch. We sit there and enjoy the evenings, have a drink, have a snack, just kind of enjoy the end of the day and enjoy it. And having a 75-foot building, 100-foot building, whatever it is behind us with, windows of people looking down at us, losing our view, losing our privacy, it's upsetting. I mean, it's not what anybody would want.
Proposed zoning building where Geisinger is looking to currently build. Now, coming up on later editions of 2822 News, I spoke with the president of this current Scranton City Council, as well as we did also receive a statement from Geisinger about this rezoning being approved. For now, in Scranton, Connor Core, 2822 News. Back to you.
Connor, thank you for that live report. Some area utility companies are trying to put Pennsylvanians' minds at ease, as concerns grow over the impact of expanding data centers across the region. One big concern is the added strain on the power grid, along with the possibility of higher monthly bills. PPL says it has been planning for increased demand through long-term investments and customer agreements designed to shield residential customers from higher costs. The company even predicts bills could decrease.
Expect that with the first gigawatt of data centers that come online, customers will see about a 10% decrease in their transmission system costs.
Water use has also raised questions. Pennsylvania American Water says data centers are treated like other large commercial customers with flexibility when operational needs warrant it. U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance is addressing the economy and what the Trump administration says it's doing to address inflation. He did so while he was in Pennsylvania today near Allentown, giving a speech this morning. Vance says today's job report released by the Secretary of Labor indicates the nation is building again.
61,000 jobs added in the month of November, and that's not all. We saw private sector wage growth grow at a rate of 4.2%. You know what that means? That means we're seeing the fastest private sector wage growth that we have seen in this country in many, many years.
We'll break down the jobs report a little later in today's Political Minute. Vance's visit followed President Trump's stop in the Poconos last week, where affordability was also a key focus. The holidays are here, and Toys for Tots in Monroe County is giving gifts to children in need. As 2822's Heidi Martens explains, the Marines are still collecting toys for the holiday season.
Inside this warehouse, the holiday spirit was on full display, with toys that are all headed into the hands of local children. This year, Toys for Tots distributed over 20,000 toys to over 5,000 children in Monroe County. This is John Dixon's 23rd Christmas, and he says it could not be done without the help of the community.
Unfortunately, there's always going to be people in need, but through the grace of God and the donations of the citizens of Monroe County, we'll always be there for them. That is our mission, to help children in need.
This organization is powered by volunteers, including the U.S. Marines, who spend a lot of their time recruiting those individuals that can help with collecting, sorting, and distributing toys.
And what I look forward to is just being able to see the smiles on everyone's face, knowing that when I was that young, opening up a present was awesome. Now that I'm a little older, seeing the smile on, the individuals, the young kids, the teenagers that they have at Christmas makes me feel a little bit better inside.
The generosity extends beyond collecting toys in bins. Pocono Mountain Regional EMS found a creative way to give back by designing custom badges and having an internal fundraiser, with every dollar going straight to Toys for Tots.
We care about our community, and we appreciate all the work that the ladies and gentlemen do at the Marine Corps for Toys for Tots. So we wanted to make sure that we had a fundraiser to raise a little bit of money to help out our community and support their work.
You can always bring toys to donate to the Stroudsburg Recruitment Center to help families for the holidays. Reporting in Monroe County, Heidi Martens, 2822 News.
And for more information on ways to give, head to our website, 2822news.com. There was no grand prize winner in last night's Powerball drawing, but we know some lucky Pennsylvanians still won big. 3 winning tickets worth a total of $600,000 were sold across the state. The jackpot now climbs to an estimated $1.25 billion with a cash value of more than $570 million. The next drawing is tomorrow night at 10:59. Let's get a check on the weather now. You're at work, so you didn't win.
I don't think I would tell anybody even if
Really?
I did. No. Would you do the cash or the annuity?
I'd have to ask my husband.
Cash.
You think?
Yes. And they're telling us to wrap this up because they took the
right.
camera. There you go. Live look into downtown Scranton right now. You see that snow? We're going to melt some of that because it's going to get warmer and we're tracking rain. Okay, see you in a few minutes.
Josh, thanks. Well, new details emerging about what happened in the lead up to the murder of Rob Reiner and his wife, Michelle. Coming up on First at 4, the latest on the investigation and today's canceled court appearance of the suspect. Plus, police asking for the public's help. The latest on the desperate search by investigators to find who shot up a university campus during finals week. And later, holiday season's prime time for online shopping, which means lots of deliveries. How to keep your packages safe from porch pirates so you can keep your gifting away from grifting this year.
No trespassing and private property signs are taped to the front gates of the Reiner home in Los Angeles, where the bodies of Rob and Michelle were found Sunday with multiple stab wounds. Their 32-year-old son Nick lived there too and is now in custody.
He was subsequently booked for murder.
Nick Reiner has apparently retained high-profile defense attorney Alan Jackson, who secured an acquittal for Massachusetts murder suspect Karen Reed. Jackson told a Los Angeles judge his client would not appear in court Tuesday due to medical issues.
He has not yet been medically cleared, so we will be here hopefully tomorrow.
The district attorney has until Wednesday to formally file charges against Nick. The 32-year-old was last seen with his parents Saturday night at Conan O'Brien's Christmas party. Two sources there say the family argued. One telling People magazine Nick was freaking everyone out, acting crazy, kept asking people if they were famous.
The Reiner family issued a brief statement following their deaths, but has not made any comment about Nick's arrest.
Fans are grieving the loss of a Hollywood legend whose work they know by heart.
I and all my friends, we quote the lines from the movie all the time. My mind is just blown. And not just that he's gone, but how the circumstances.
Entertainment Tonight co-host Kevin Frazier explained part of Reiner's impact.
He brought all these people, these things to life, and he was just so damn good at it.
This comes as President Trump is facing backlash now for his reaction to the news of the killing of his outspoken critic. The president posted online saying Reiner died due to the, quote, anger he caused others through his mind-crippling disease known as Trump derangement syndrome, end quote. When asked if he'd retract his comments, the president doubled down, saying he was not a fan of Rob Reiner at all. That takes us to our 2822 Instapoll question of the day. Are you bothered by President Trump's remarks regarding the death of Rob Reiner and his wife? Here's a look at the voting so far. You too can vote on our Instapoll on your screen on 2822news.com or the drop-down menu on our app. Head to our Facebook page. Tell us why you chose the option you did. You might even see your comment on TV. Rhode Island police are asking the public for help identifying the person behind Saturday's shooting at Brown University. The attack, which took place during finals week, left 2 dead and 9 injured. New photos and videos show a person of interest wearing a hat, dark clothing, and a mask covering most of their face. The FBI is offering a $50,000 reward for information to help speed up the investigation.
And the sooner we can identify that person, the sooner we can, I think, blow this case open.
Someone knows this person. They either know this person intimately, or the person is a neighbor or someone they see every day at the coffee shop or the McDonald's or wherever. And it's likely that someone will reach out to the police at some point.
A memorial on campus is growing for the victims. Brown University canceled final exams for the semester and allowed students to leave campus and return home. Authorities are revealing new details about the father and son gunmen responsible for a deadly attack at a Hanukkah celebration in Australia over the weekend. The terror attack on the world-famous Bondi Beach left 15 dead and dozens injured. Dashcam footage from moments before the shooting shows an ISIS flag draped across the windscreen of one gunman's car. Officials say the shooters had pledged allegiance to Islamic State and recently received military-style training in the Philippines. Australia's former Prime Minister says that travel should have raised red flags to the government. One woman whose father was killed says the rise in anti-Semitism is also to blame.
I feel betrayed by the government. I feel the signs were coming for a long, long time.
People are also being honored for the acts of heroism during the attacks, including Gutnick's father, who was seen throwing bricks at a gunman, and another who tackled a gunman and wrestled the firearm away. A change in the temperatures is coming our way. Let's take a live look from our Scranton camera. A cloudy afternoon for much of the day. Chief Meteorologist Josh Hodell's in next with your forecast.
Hey.
Online buyers beware. So-called porch pirates are on the prowl. Those are criminals who steal holiday packages from people's doorsteps. Tyler Henry shows us what can be done.
I was so mad. I was just mad.
Atlanta resident Tanya Shepard says it happened to her in the middle of the day last month. A thief stealing her packages on a busy street. Security footage shows the porch pirate wave unsuspectingly to the camera, look to see if the coast is clear, then make off with boxes.
Are you hesitant to order?
I think you have to order in this day and time, but I do try to be more mindful about knowing when things are coming.
Shepard's packages were among the roughly 250,000 that are stolen nationwide every day. A study from home safety research company Safewise estimated the total value of the items lost in the past year alone at nearly $15 billion. As online holiday shopping ramps up, seeing thieves take off with goods is on the rise, prompting federal lawmakers to mull over legislation, including fines up to $250,000 and up to 10 years in prison.
Stealing any package will carry the same federal punishments across the board.
We stick with the 3 Ds: deter, detect, and deny.
Nick B. Thomas is the chief marketing officer for Atlanta-based Ackerman Security Systems.
On the porch, if you have some sort of light associated with your camera, they're not going to test it. You want the burglar to say, I ain't doing that.
Tanya Shepard says while what she lost can be replaced, she's being more vigilant about what she buys and when it arrives.
Think of people who couldn't afford to rebuy packages, you know what I mean? Or what if you had a kid and it was that one present and that's what got taken off your porch?
Safewise's report estimates more than 104 million packages have already been stolen this year. Let's get a check now on our forecast with Chief Meteorologist Josh O'Dell. Hey, Josh.
Hello. These stories kind of get old, right?
I know.
Like you're getting packages delivered to your house any time of the year. Like leave them alone. Like don't touch what's not yours.
But I'm looking now. I'm making sure these packages aren't stolen, like as we speak, on my cameras.
I know.
I need to know.
Doing the same thing. It's like, come on, people.
Just have a heart.
All right. It's not yours. Don't touch it. Here's our live camera looking at the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Airport. Some snow on the surfaces that are not the runway and the taxiway. So we're in good shape here. We're going to melt some of this snow later this week. 26. The wind isn't bad, but that is also going to change. We're going on a wild weather ride later this week. We'll walk you through it. Still some snow here in Pottsville. That's not going to change a lot, probably until later Thursday. 23. I have a wind chill that's in the upper teens. We are running in the mid and upper 20s right now. 25 Montrose. I have 26 Wilkes-Barre, 29 Bloomsburg, Williamsport, 27. Our low temperatures for tonight will likely be early, around little after midnight. So by morning, we're closer to 30. Upper 30s, low 40s tomorrow afternoon. We'll be looking for the shorts. Trade-off with the warmer weather is the cloud cover. Clouds around tomorrow, but otherwise quiet weather. Things start to get in motion more significantly Thursday and Friday. So we're going to watch this cold front. Takes us on this big ride here. We get rain, temperature swings, wind, snow melt all over the place here. Low 40s tomorrow, 45, 50, Thursday evening, Thursday night, Friday morning. Friday's an opposite day. It's going to get colder by the afternoon. Rain, we're expecting steady rain Thursday night, Friday morning. Some of it could be on the heavier side. By Friday morning, we're thinking quarter, half an inch, 3/4 of an inch of rain, isolated higher amounts. Some of that rain again heavy. Then the wind, I would say Thursday night, Friday, that wind gusting 25 to 40 miles an hour. So the rain, the warmer temperatures, the wind, rapid snow melt. Rain and the snow melt, some minor flooding issues, roads, poor drainage areas. That's about it. Your future alert weather forecast not quite as cold, lows 20 to 25. Tomorrow, Tunkhannock 43, Carbondale 41, Sturrock 37. Stroudsburg 44, Moscow 39, Hazleton 40, Jim Thorpe 44, Tremont Pottsville 43, Elysburg 44, Lansford 41, We have Williamsport at 44, Lewisburg 44, Bloomsburg 44. Finally, we're getting a break from this cold, at least Arctic cold anyway. Scranton, Wilkes-Barre 42, Old Fort 43, mid-upper 40s late on Thursday. We keep it warm Thursday night. We keep it warm Friday morning. Rain Friday morning ends. It gets colder. We get some snow showers. Things quiet down for the weekend. We made Friday a weather alert day because just everything that's going on. You're going to wake up in the morning. It's going to be pouring rain. There's going to be snow melt that's causing water on the roads. The wind, you're going to get aggravated with that. So just be prepared. Just be like, you know what? I'm going back in the house.
And I might.
You might just do that.
All right, Josh, thank you. Well, it's the most wonderful time of the year, so don't forget to enter the 12 Days of Streaming Sweepstakes. Download 2822 now on your Roku, Apple TV, or Fire TV. Scan the QR code, enter your information to win some amazing prizes. That includes $1,500 in groceries from SureSave. You can only enter on 2822 now on your TV. We are getting our first look at how the United States economy is performing. We'll take a dive into today's new read on the labor market coming up in our Political Minute.
Are the best.
New government data released today is providing insights on the U.S. economy. In today's Political Minute, News Nation's Blake Berman breaks down the latest jobs report.
A new read on the U.S. labor market. I'm Blake Berman, host of The Hill on News Nation. The country lost 105,000 jobs in October and then gained 64,000 in November, according to new government data. The release was delayed by the government shutdown. The report also contains revisions for August and September that show fewer jobs were created in those months than previously reported. Much of the employment drop in October was driven by federal employees coming off the payrolls after accepting deferred resignations earlier in the year. In October alone, there was a decrease of 162,000 jobs in the federal government. In November, that number dropped by 6,000. Overall, the government has lost 271,000 jobs since January. Industries seeing growth in November include healthcare, construction, and social assistance, but unemployment ticked up slightly in November to 4.6%, the highest since 2021. I'm Blake Berman, and this is the News Nation Political Minute.
First at 4, we'll be right back.
grade.
Breaking news this hour, we're learning more about a deadly fire in Luzerne County. Firefighters were called to a house fire in DuPont just after 11 this morning. Smoke and flames were visible coming from the roof of a home on the 400 block of McLean Street as crews arrived on the scene. The Luzerne County coroner says one person was killed in the flames. We've also learned roads are now reopened in the area. The fire remains under investigation. A bizarre crash happened outside the 2822 News studio this afternoon. The car landed on its side just outside our doors on South Franklin Street in Wilkes-Barre. People ran to the scene to find one man inside the vehicle. He was able to speak with those outside the vehicle. One man assisted Wilkes-Barre City Police in cutting out the windshield to free the man. There's no word on his condition or what caused the crash. A man is charged with stealing over $100,000 from several ATMs in central Pennsylvania. State police say a man from North Carolina is charged with robbing 4 Central Penn Bank and Trust ATMs in Snyder and Union counties. 3 occurred on September 30th when a total of $43,000 was stolen. The 4th occurred on October 1st when police say the 42-year-old man took $58,000. He's currently in custody in Missouri awaiting extradition back to Pennsylvania. A homeless man is facing charges for abuse of a corpse in Williamsport. Lycoming County Regional Police say the 34-year-old Douglas Goodwin was inside the home of 66-year-old Deborah Hiller with her decomposing body back in September. Officers were called to the home on Catherine Drive to conduct a welfare check after Hiller had not been seen for a week by her caseworker. Goodwin denied knowing that she was dead, but said she had medical issues. Residents around Geisinger Community Medical Center are reacting after a recent city council meeting. Earlier this month, Scranton City Council voted 3-2 to rezone the area, allowing Geisinger to expand its footprint around Mulberry Street. 2822's Connor Core shares what residents are saying.
Yeah, well, good afternoon. Residents fought to stop the expansion of Geisinger all the way back in 2023, and many thought that was going to be the end of it. But after the rezoning was introduced, discussed, and barely passed with that 3-2 vote, like you said, residents are feeling disappointed at the result. Now, City Council is made up of 5 members serving around 77,000 people in Scranton. When the calendar flips to the new year, only one of those council members will return. Tom Schuster, who voted against the rezoning, will be returning in 2026. Residents who live in the area tell me they are feeling powerless after the rezoning was approved last week. One man tells me he and his wife have lived in their house for over a decade next to the community medical center. With Geisinger looking to build right behind their house, it is making the 2 of them consider moving out of the area.
It's a really lovely place. We have a nice back porch. We sit there and enjoy the evenings, have a drink, have a snack, just kind of enjoy the end of the day and enjoy it. And having a 75-foot building, 100-foot building, whatever it is behind us with, windows of people looking down at us, losing our view, losing our privacy, it's upsetting. I mean, it's not what anybody would want.
Now, what you're looking at right now is the proposed zoning building where Geisinger is looking to currently build. Now, coming up on later editions of 2822 News, I spoke with the president of this current Scranton City Council, as well as we did also receive a statement from Geisinger about this rezoning being approved. For now, in Scranton, Connor Core, 2822 News. Back to you.
Some area utility companies are trying to put Pennsylvanians' minds at ease as concerns grow over the impact of expanding data centers across the region. One big concern is the added strain on the power grid, along with the possibility of higher monthly bills. PPL says it has been planning for increased demand through long-term investments in customer agreements designed to shield residential customers from higher costs. The company even predicts bills could decrease.
Expect that with the first gigawatt of data centers that come online, customers will see about a 10% decrease in their transmission system costs.
Water use has also raised questions. Pennsylvania American Water says data centers are treated like other large commercial customers with flexibility and operational needs warranted. Vice President J.D. Vance is addressing the economy and what the Trump administration says it's doing to address inflation. He did so while he was in Pennsylvania today near Allentown giving a speech this morning. Vance says today's job report released by the Secretary of Labor indicates the nation's building again.
61,000 jobs added in the month of November, and that's not all. We saw private sector wage growth grow at a rate of 4.2%. You know what that means? That means we're seeing the fastest private sector wage growth that we have seen in this country in many, many years.
We'll break down the jobs report a little later in today's Political Minute. Vance's visit followed President Trump's stop in the Poconos last week, where affordability was also a key focus. The holidays are here, and Toys for Tots in Monroe County is giving gifts to children in need. As 2822's Heidi Martens explains, the Marines are still collecting toys for the holiday season.
Inside this warehouse, the holiday spirit was on full display, with toys that are all headed into the hands of local children. This year, Toys for Tots distributed over 20,000 toys to over 5,000 children in Monroe County. This is John Dixon's 23rd Christmas, and he says it could not be done without the help of the community.
Unfortunately, there's always going to be people in need, but through the grace of God and the donations of the citizens of Monroe County, we'll always be there for them. That is our mission, to help children in need.
This organization is powered by volunteers, including the U.S. Marines, who spend a lot of their time recruiting those individuals that can help with collecting, sorting, and distributing toys.
And what I look forward to is just being able to see the smiles on everyone's face, knowing that when I was that young, opening up a present was awesome. Now that I'm a little older, seeing the smile on, the individuals, the young kids, the teenagers, that they have at Christmas makes me feel a little bit better inside.
The generosity extends beyond collecting toys in bins. Pocono Mountain Regional EMS found a creative way to give back by designing custom badges and having an internal fundraiser, with every dollar going straight to Toys for Tots.
We care about our community, and we appreciate all the work that the gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen do at the Marine Corps for Toys for Tots. So we wanted to make sure that we had a fundraiser to raise a little bit of money to help out our community and support their work.
You can always bring toys to donate to the Recruitment Center to help families for the holidays. Reporting in Monroe County, Heidi Martens, 2822 News.
For more information on ways you can give, head to 2822news.com. There was no grand prize winner in last night's Powerball drawing, but we now know some lucky Pennsylvanians still won big. 3 winning tickets worth a total of $600,000 were sold across the state. The jackpot now climbs to an estimated $1.25 billion with a cash value of more than $570 million. The next drawing is tomorrow at 10:59 p.m. Let's get another check on the forecast now. Having a roller coaster of a week you're looking at.
Yeah, but at least we're getting out of this colder weather for a little bit. So let me take you into downtown Scranton. There we go. A live look for us right now. It is cold, but eventually we're going to see some warmer temperatures, and we're tracking rain. Julie, the forecast in about 10 minutes. I'll see you soon.
All right, Josh, thank you. Well, new details emerging about what happened in the lead up to the murder of Rob Reiner and his wife, Michelle. Coming up on First at 4, the latest on the investigation and today's canceled court appearance of the suspect. Plus, police asking for the public's help. The latest on the desperate search by investigators to find who shot up a university campus during finals week. And later, the holiday season's prime time for online shopping, which means lots of deliveries. How to keep your packages safe from porch pirates so you can keep your gifting away from grifting this year. Charges are looming for Nick Reiner, son of legendary filmmaker Rob Reiner, and his wife Michelle after the couple was found dead in their home Sunday. However, Nick Reiner has not been medically cleared to appear in court, according to his attorney. Gwen Baumgartner has the latest from outside the crime scene.
No trespassing and private property signs are taped to the front gates of the Reiner home in Los Angeles, where the bodies of Rob and Michelle were found Sunday with multiple stab wounds. Their 32-year-old son Nick lived there too and is now in custody.
He was subsequently booked for murder.
Nick Reiner has apparently retained high-profile defense attorney Alan Jackson, who secured an acquittal for Massachusetts murder suspect Karen Reed. Jackson told a Los Angeles judge his client would not appear in court Tuesday due to medical issues.
He has not yet been medically cleared, so we will be here hopefully tomorrow.
The district attorney has until Wednesday to formally file charges against Nick. The 32-year-old was last seen with his parents Saturday night at Conan O'Brien's Christmas party. Two sources there say the family argued. One telling People magazine Nick was freaking everyone out, acting crazy, kept asking people if they were famous. The Reiner family issued a brief statement following their deaths, but has not made any comment about Nick's arrest. Fans are grieving the loss of a Hollywood legend whose work they know by heart.
I and all my friends, we quote the lines from the movie all the time. My mind is just blown. And not just that he's gone, but how the circumstances.
Entertainment Tonight co-host Kevin Frazier explained part of Reiner's impact.
He brought all these people, these things to life, and he was just so damn good at it.
This comes as President Trump is facing backlash now for his reaction to the news of the killing of his outspoken critic. The president posted online saying Reiner died due to the, quote, anger he caused others through his mind-crippling disease known as Trump derangement syndrome, end quote. When asked if he'd retract his comments, the president doubled down, saying he was not a fan of Rob Reiner at all. That takes us to our Instapoll question of the day. Are you bothered by President Trump's remarks regarding the deaths of Rob Reiner and his wife? Here's a look at the voting so far. Majority of you saying yes. You can vote too on our Instapoll by scanning the QR code on your screen on 2822news.com or the drop-down menu on our app. Then head to our Facebook page. Tell us why you chose the option you did. You might even see your comment on TV. Rhode Island police are asking the public for help identifying the person behind Saturday's shooting at Brown University. The attack, which took place during finals week, left 2 dead, 9 injured. New photos and videos show a person of interest wearing a hat, dark clothing, and a mask covering most of their face. The FBI is offering a $50,000 reward for information to help speed up the investigation.
And the sooner we can identify that person, the sooner we can, I think, blow this case open.
Someone knows this person. They either know this person intimately, or the person is a neighbor or someone they see every day at the coffee shop or the McDonald's or wherever. And it's likely that someone will reach out to the police at some point.
A memorial on campus is growing for the victims. Brown University canceled final exams for the semester and allowed students to leave campus and return home. A change in the temperatures coming our way. Let's take a live look from our Scranton camera. A cloudy afternoon there, a little sunshine out there. Chief Meteorologist Josh O'Dell is in next with your forecast.
Avenue.
Online buyers beware, so-called porch pirates are on the prowl. Those are criminals who steal holiday packages from people's doorsteps. Tyler Henry shows us what can be done.
I was so mad. I was just mad.
Atlanta resident Tanya Shepard says it happened to her in the middle of the day last month. A thief stealing her packages on a busy street. Security footage shows the porch pirate wave unsuspectingly to the camera, look to see if the coast is clear, then make off with boxes.
Are you hesitant to order?
I think you have to order in this day and time, but I do try to be more mindful about knowing when things are coming.
Shepard's packages were among the roughly 250,000 that are stolen nationwide every day. A study from home safety research company Safewise estimated the total value of the items lost in the past year alone at nearly $15 billion. As online holiday shopping ramps up, seeing thieves take off with goods is on the rise, prompting federal lawmakers to mull over legislation, including fines up to $250,000 and up to 10 years in prison.
Stealing any package will carry the same federal punishments across the board. We stick with the 3 Ds: deter, detect, and deny.
Nick B. Thomas is the chief marketing officer for Atlanta-based Ackerman Security Systems.
On the porch, if you have some sort of light associated with your camera, they're not going to test it. You want the burglar to say, I ain't doing that.
Tanya Shepard says while what she lost can be replaced, she's being more vigilant about what she buys and when it arrives.
Think of people who couldn't afford to rebuy packages, you know what I mean? Or what if you had a kid and it was that one present and that's what got taken off your porch?
Safewise's report estimates more than 104 million packages have already been stolen this year. Let's get another check on your forecast now. Josh joining us.
Since the last time we talked, I was able to take 3 of them off of your front porch. And maybe your little puppy.
Just leave Penny out of this, Josh.
It's fun to tease you about Penny.
The viewers love her, so they're going to come to my defense.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. I do as well.
She doesn't love the cold.
She and I have a lot of fun together when you are at work.
Quiet.
Here's a live look across downtown Wilkes-Barre right now. Beautiful sunset, 26. Feels like it's 17. We're going to warm things up here next couple of days slowly, but that's nice. We don't want a big shock to the system. 23 in Pottsville, the wind not registering at the top of the hour observation. 25 Hazleton, Bloomsburg 27. I have Montrose at 24, Stroudsburg at 29. I think our low temperatures will likely happen around midnight. So by morning, we should be a couple of ticks either side of 30. Mix of sun and clouds for the better part of our Wednesday afternoon. But look at these temperatures here. Upper 30s, low 40s. Finally, a break from this cold weather. Well, some clouds around, but that's it. Thursday, though, this is when we start tracking this storm system and we kind of go on this wild weather ride. It's one cold front, it's one storm, but we're going to be all over the place. Rain, temperature swings, wind, snow melt, the whole 9 yards. So let's break it down for you. We'll talk temperatures first. Later Thursday evening, mid upper 40s. Thursday night, about 45, 50. Friday morning, 45, 50. Friday afternoon, a lot colder, so that's where the big drop in temperatures comes. In terms of the rain, some of that rain Thursday night, Friday morning, bit on the heavier side. Quarter, half an inch, 3/4 of an inch of rain. Isolated, higher amounts are possible. The wind will be gusty later Thursday, Thursday night, and Friday. This is the wind forecast on Friday. It's pretty healthy. We think that wind could gust 25 to 40 miles an hour. So the rain, the warm temperatures, the wind, rapid snowmelt, and that has the potential to cause some minor flooding issues, roads, poor drainage areas. Be mindful of that when you're driving around town Friday. Your future alert weather forecast tonight, not quite as cold. Lows between about 20 and 25. Tomorrow, it's still mostly cloudy. That should be warmer. I didn't update the right graphic, but upper 30s and low 40s. You get the idea. Rain Thursday evening, Thursday night, Friday morning. Windy Thursday afternoon through Friday. Warmer Thursday evening, Thursday night, Friday morning, colder Friday afternoon. Things quiet down for the weekend. Any questions? No?
No questions from me.
Friday's a weather alert day for the morning. Rain, wind, snow melt. You get the idea.
All right.
Okay.
We'll be right back. New government data released on Tuesday is providing insights on the U.S. economy. In today's Political Minute, News Nation's Blake Berman breaks down.
Market. I'm Blake Berman, host of The Hill on News Nation. The country lost 105,000 jobs in October and then gained 64,000 in November, according to new government data. The release was delayed by the government shutdown. The report also contains revisions for August and September that show fewer jobs were created in those months than previously reported. Much of the employment drop in October was driven by federal employees coming off the payrolls after accepting deferred resignations earlier in the year. In October alone, there was a decrease of 162,000 jobs in the federal government. In November, that number dropped by 6,000. Overall, the government has lost 271,000 jobs since January. Industries seeing growth in November include healthcare, construction, and social assistance, but unemployment ticked up slightly in November to 4.6%, the highest since 2021. I'm Blake Berman, and this is the News Nation Political Minute.
First of all, deserves. In today's Instapoll question, we asked, are you bothered by President Trump's remarks regarding the deaths of Rob Reiner and his wife? Many who voted now sharing their thoughts. Christine says, I am a Trump supporter, but even I think, oh, that's from Susan, not at all. Mr. Reiner badmouthed Trump very maliciously. He promised to set himself on fire if Trump won the election. What is good for one is good for the other. We want to hear your opinion. First, vote on our Instapoll, then head to our Facebook page and leave a comment about why you chose the option you did. And remember, it's the most wonderful time of the year, and we're making it even better with the 12 days of streaming sweepstakes. Enter by downloading 2822 now. That's for watching First at 4.